So, you've seen Conan the Barbarian starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
I think I might have seen like one or two scenes on one of those adult websites. But aside from that, God, no.
Oh, man. You're missing out. Tell me what is best in life.
Well, I can tell you what I think is probably not best in life, and that's like, listen, admittedly, my experience with orgies, let's call it limited, but I'm pretty sure it's bad juju to break one up by hacking and slashing with a sword and lighting the orgy den on fire. Now, I'm not...
I could be wrong.
I don't,
To be fair, they were drunk on some concoction of human entrails, body parts, and who knows what else.
Yeah, I mean, they were cannibalistic.
Like, literally.
Yeah, they were cannibalistic on nature. They had the Mrs. Lovett meat pies, meet the Shamrock Shake slurry going on. But still, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like,
this is a very hard R, especially for 1982.
Like I just feel, and maybe this is too much, maybe this is too much for the Movie Men podcast. I don't know. Pete won't hear this until the episode's out, and so he can't really censor us. But like, never behead a guy while his penis is out. Like it just seems like, pardon the pun, but it seems barbaric is what. Hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
We are the B for Barbarian team.
That's Carl.
That's Brady.
And we're continuing our series where Carl and I make each other watch movies that the other has not previously seen. We flip back and forth every week. This week
was my pick.
We took a break from
the horror.
We took a break from the horror,
but not the gore.
For orgies.
Okay.
No.
So
listen.
I kind of preface to you what this movie is to kind of Arnold's career, and it's one of the reasons I picked it.
Right.
So
the orgies.
Yes, the orgies.
Oh, okay.
For those unaware of Arnold's career, it started like his first acting credit is in 1970 for a movie called Hercules in New York, which he's the lead in.
Right.
But it's a direct to DVD movie.
Okay. Well, no.
Well, not DVD, I guess. Home video, I guess they called it back in the day. Direct to home video.
Yeah.
And even though his character has a speaking part, the director and editors chose to
David Proust him.
Dubbed over him.
Yeah, they David Proust him.
Yeah. So they didn't have, it's not really, it's kind of a leading role, but it's not like a breakout role.
Right.
Then he's got a bunch of credits for TV shows and bit parts.
And a couple movies where
he's background, like villain henchman number 2 kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then in 84, he gets the lead in Conan the Barbarian. 82, Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
And that just blows him up. He gets one more kind of bit part in another movie. 84, he gets Conan the Destroyer, the sequel to this film, and then Terminator, hot on the heels in the same year.
Right.
And from there, it's just like action film after action film after action film till 88 when he gets twins.
Right. Right.
So this is his breakout role, if you ask me. Some will point to Terminator, but he would have never got Terminator if he didn't do Conan.
Right. So let's do initial impressions. I was pulling up IMDb and I just got hit with an image of. I'm sorry, this is un-movie related. But what the hell is up with the King's portrait? Like,
yeah, did you click on the link I shared with the movie man?
So I saw that, but then I also saw another one that was like
the Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
that was funny.
But I saw another one that was like it was the same. It looked just like the King's thing, except instead of being the King, it was it's not this one. It was one I saw earlier today.
Side by side.
Instead of seeing the King, instead of it being the King, it was like Palpatine with his hood up, and it's like, oh, the King's first official portrait is ready. Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't understand. Like, I just don't. It's a choice.
Weird.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
It's a choice. Okay, initial impressions. As you know, I have. First of all, let me say, and I know I've already, spend some time on the podcast waxing poetic about the fact that I love this series that we're doing.
Yeah.
But I was reminded of that watching this film because, there are movies out there that I'm aware of, right? Obviously, I was aware of Conan the Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
That I would like to be able to have said that I've seen. Right? It just seems like the type of thing you should probably see. Conan the Barbarian. But I'm never going to just elect to sit down and watch.
Right.
And so this is a way for me to kind of cross a lot of that off my list.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm appreciative of it for that. So my initial impression. Now, I have also waxed poetic about the fact that period pieces...
Can I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
I'm just, in part of your initial impression,
yeah.
I throw in like your knowledge of like Conan as a character,
sure,
not outside this film as well, because I think that's relevant.
I know that Conan the character is based off of a like comic / started out as like article sized stories in like a monthly magazine type thing. I think he goes back to like the 30s or 20s maybe even, but it was kind of like, it was just one of those
kind of like the way Sherlock Holmes,
kind of like a Sherlock Holmes thing. Yeah. So period pieces within reason, like some 1800 stuff kind of interests me. But pretty much anything before that, it takes something truly special to interest me. And you've just been hitting me, and I've said like I don't like them, right? Yeah. It's the reason why I don't watch medieval time stuff. Medieval time stuff interests me, maybe in like a video game setting or something like that. But I just don't care enough to sit down and watch it, right? Yeah. And you've been hitting me over the head with them.
Yep.
And this...
You're making me watch horror.
and the further back you go, the less, for the most part, that I'm interested. And so this is, like, Conan the Barbarian is the epitome of things that I just don't... Like, going into it, I just don't give a shit about, right? Like, I watched The Northman... like maybe 2 years ago now, year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And it was tricky for me just because I was like,
don't care about Vikings.
So with that out of the way. I think that this movie is a big pile of whatever, right? Like, I don't think it's garbage, but I do think that any praise that you can give it, for the most part, there's a couple of exceptions. There's a couple of things that stuck out to me that I'll talk about that I thought, oh, that was actually really stupendous. For the most part, any praise that you give this film is going to be heavily rooted in that cult classic kind of thing.
Yes.
This is not a masterpiece.
No.
Yeah. It's I think unintentionally campy a lot of the time. And there's no one thing that really sticks out to me as awful. Like, there was nothing that I was like, oh yeah, this is like, oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, there was none of that for the time it came out in, and for what they were trying to do, and so on and so forth. Like, it all made sense to me for the most part, which is why I'm not saying it's a big pile of shit. I'm just saying it's a pile of whatever, right? Like,
fair.
Yeah, whatever. I think that's my initial impression. What is your initial impression of Conan the Barbarian? And it's not really your initial impression because you've seen this movie.
I've only seen it a couple times.
I mean, yeah,
I
own the thing.
I own it.
Yeah,
I own it because I'm an Arnold fan, and like I said, this is his breakout role. If I'm an Arnold fan and I don't own this film, then there's a bunch of Arnold films I don't own.
Right.
That, as a fan of Arnold, I probably should, but I'm not. I'm a diehard fan for any actor, but if you're a fan of someone to any length, then you should have at least their beginning and a middles and some ends of their career. And this is, to me, the beginning.
Sure.
So and I will agree with you. It's not a masterpiece. It's a product of its time, right? Like, listening to the Planet of the Apes episodes, like, this falls into a lot of parts of this film fall into the same traps that those kind of Planet of the Apes films have.
Yeah, I mean, this one's 15 years newer.
It is, but it's still, like, you watch any kind of sword fantasy or medieval film of that time, and it's gonna feel kind of similar.
Sure.
Right. The stunts and the acting and CG or lack of thereir the special effects, they don't stand up so great. Some of them kind of do, not really, but it's not a film that I watched when I was younger, obviously.
Right.
I think the first time I watched this was probably in my early to mid 20s, so there's no nostalgia for this film. But I do appreciate it. I think it's got some good parts. It's got some down sides. But I think that this showcases Arnold's acting early in his career, and what he is a capable actor, and that there's something there that when fostered will grow and become something better, and does become something better if you watch his later works.
So that's interesting to hear you say, because my appraisal would be nobody cast Arnold in this film because they saw an audition tape and thought,
I know what you're going to say.
Wow, he's got something. Yeah. Arnold got this role for one reason alone.
He was Mr. Universe.
Which is that he was huge and looked the part of a godlike barbarian. Mm-hmm. And they were willing to just make whatever exceptions or do whatever they needed to do in order to make him passable.
I'm not disputing that.
Okay.
Right.
Because I think he's awful in this.
And I'm not saying every moment he's in this is good. I'm saying there are moments when his acting is good.
Good?
I think the best acting moment he has in this film is when just before the big last fight, when they're sitting there kind of prepping the sticks.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a monologue.
Yeah, that monologue surprised
awesome.
me. The monologue surprised me because he goes from kind of poorly delivered short sentences up until this point to a monologue that is just like, so I don't know if that was like later on in the shoot and someone had been like, oh, can we just get the guy an acting coach? Like what's, like I don't know what sparked that change, but that was an impressive monologue.
Yeah. So, and I think I made a note of it in my mind and I forget. There's one other moment earlier where it's kind of a short scene.
Yeah.
But it kind of strikes me as like, oh, it's not as good as that monologue, but it's like, oh man, he's got some glimmers of talent. And then the monologue comes and you're like, no, there is talent there.
Right.
It just needs to bring it to the next level, to bring it to like star level abilities. It needs to be honed. Right. I would rate it good, not excellent, amazing.
Right. So it is, I mean, we've already touched on this, but it's worth saying
it's R-rated.
This is the movie man's first orgy. Which didn't, like, here's the thing. That doesn't, I mean, the listeners that have been with us for a while know this, this, like, nudity doesn't bother me in the slightest, right? Like, it's not, I was not uncomfortable by it. I mean, we've reviewed nudist films on this podcast, including nudist films that turned, like, where it was, like, starts out as this, like well-intentioned, like following like nudist value kind of, and then partway through the film, it's like, oh, there's the party that she's going to at that person's house tonight. That's like a no pants party, but not in just the like the nudist way. That's their, so that didn't bother me. It was funny that like, it was just funny to me. It was just funny that the film's relentless. Now, I mean, I've certainly seen
it's typical of the Conan character in stories.
Yes.
Right? The over the top violence, nudity and sex and gore. That's part of the Conan comics and stories. And
yeah.
So it's kind of just falling in line with the source material.
Right. Yeah. So the film had a $20 million budget, and it made 68. And I do just want to point out that like what they did with $20 million in 1982, like 2 years later, for $5 million more, they make Ghostbusters. In several years before this, 5 years before this, for $11 million, they make Star Wars. Right? So even though it's a product of its time in a lot of ways, it's not... It's for the most part, even like, and it's not just an Arnold thing. Like when I shit on the acting, it's not just Arnold, right? Like there's some janky acting just like weird line delivery.
Arnold's acting stands above a lot of other people's acting in this film, which doesn't say a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think the standout is James Earl Jones, right?
Obviously.
Like he's just the guy.
Aside from Arnold, I mean, at this time, he's the standout.
Like I don't know if he was
this cast.
drunk when he agreed to this.
Maybe he just likes Conan.
Like I don't know why James Earl Jones is in this, but because at this point, James Earl Jones is already Darth Vader.
Yeah,
like he's not starting out.
Maybe that's where the budget went.
I don't know, man. Quite possibly. Yeah. So I mean, there's just a lot to unpack. I was impressed by the puppetry in this. Right?
Snake.
So like the giant snake. And yes, the snake, because it was an impressive thing because it's such a large puppet, and then he has to behead it, and then it has to gush out blood, and it did that in a fairly convincing way, right? You could tell it was a puppet, but a pretty convincing way. The one that was even more realistic to me, but less technically impressive, is the vulture that's picking at him that he, but
that he
I was like,
kills,
this thing looks great.
Yeah.
Right? Like it, which is weird. It's weird in a film where everything else is like.
What'd you think of the one where James Earl Jones is like starting to transform?
Well, so here's the thing, because the way that you see that transformation start, so he's at an orgy, right? He's at the orgy.
Yeah.
And then you just see a shot of his hands like recede into his sleeves, right? Like his hands are disappearing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And my first thought is like, oh, he's gonna play with himself under his robe.
There were several shots before that, at least two.
Yeah.
Where his face is like stretching and pulsing, though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
It was a product of its time.
Yeah.
Right. Like it wasn't bad.
They don't, and that's the extent of that transformation, because they cut away and then they cut back and then he's a snake.
And I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive. Even kind of not amazing effects of this type in this time are impressive when you consider the tools they have at their disposal, right? They don't have computers. Adobe After Effects. Yeah. They're
essentially drawing on cells, on individual frames.
In a lot of cases. Yeah.
Like when they're trying to keep Conan from being taken to the afterlife.
Yeah.
Like that's what they're doing.
It's animation.
They're pulling up the cell, and they're like with a microscope.
Yeah. Yeah. So that
drawing on the cell.
So that impressed me. I was entertained when Conan first gets out of the cave that he's chained up in.
Yeah.
And then has the worst Tinder date that I think anyone's ever had, because so he meets a woman.
Yeah.
Which I called instantly. I was like, "Oh, she's a witch."
In my early 20s self, I didn't catch it right away.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, she's a witch. And you're like, why do you say she's a witch? And I'm like, because she's a hot woman that lives in the middle of nowhere in a hut.
By herself.
She's a witch. Like, she's got, that's just the logical place for this thing to go. She's a witch. And sure enough, she's like a enchantress, seductive, whatever. And they go at it. I said, oh, we're going to see them have sex. And then we do. And right at the point of orgasm, she grows horns and long teeth, and the lighting in the room changes, and she starts sucking the blood out of his neck.
Trying to, yeah.
And he throws her into the fire. And it's I mean, I don't have Tinder. And so I don't know if you are hooking up for like a one-night stand type of thing.
Catfishing.
Well, I don't know what you do if if it turns out
if your
she's
Tinder date turns
a
into
witch.
a witch. Or
You know, I think a lot of the time there's probably not an open fire nearby. So I don't know. I don't know what the protocol is, but I think he seemed to handle himself in that scenario.
well, he'd already fought somebody who liked to bite, right?
Right. Yeah.
In the pit.
For
fighting
sure.
pits.
For
So
sure.
He knew how to handle them.
Well, and he's strong because flour. You know, he's ripped
Because grinding flour
Because
makes
he-
you ripped.
because he spends 15 years grinding flour.
Several of them by himself.
Initially as part of a team, and then eventually they're like, well, we don't need these other kids. We can have them doing other things while Arnie just... And here's the thing. So I was not... I'm not going to say disappointed. I was surprised. So I knew... Going into this film, I didn't know there was female nudity, but I did know that Conan the Barbarian is the film where you see Arnold naked. I mean, one of them. You'd see him naked in Terminator and stuff like that, but I knew you saw him...
America's ass.
I knew you saw him naked in this, but like, kind of not really. I mean, you see a lot
butt
more.
shots.
Yeah, but you see a lot more. Like, I went into this thing going, "Hey, man, there's a possibility that we're gonna see his little Austrian schnitzel." Like, I don't. You know, his mini Jaeger. Like, I didn't know. I thought we were going to see full frontal Arnold. And we don't even see, like, full rear Arnold, right? He's always kind of, like, in a position or
rolling around.
or, you know. So I was, I'll say disappointed. I was like...
You wanted to see the schnitzel?
Well, I thought that if ever... I'm not going to say I wanted to, but I thought if ever... that was a possibility, it would be in this type of film, because it's a pretty classless, early, he's just looking for work, super roided up Arnold, which I'm sorry to like crush anyone's dreams out there who's like, no man, it was all like whey protein and what. No, Arnold was on so many steroids at this point in time.
Yeah.
And I think he's come clean about that. Like, I think he's talked about his steroid use.
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, Arnold's penis. Yeah, I just, like, you know, I just thought, like, if ever there was a chance,
This would be it.
this would be the one. And people always just make such a big deal, I feel like, out of the fact that you see Arnold naked in this one. And so I was like, well, kind of. I mean...
No more than Terminator.
No more than, you know, I saw less of Arnold in this film than I've seen of you. And that's, you know, so it's like not worth being the thing that everyone brings up when you talk about Conan.
Yeah.
Right? You should be talking about, you know, people are like, oh, you see Arnold naked. Nobody ever says at the end of the film there's an orgy with beheadings. Like, to me, that's more headline worthy.
Right.
Like, that's where you should take that review.
What did you think of the overall story, though?
I thought it was weird. I think it's weird because it's like, okay, this super rich king has all of these, like, let's be honest, they're plastic, but all of these rubies, gems that he's bestowing upon these three to go.
That's when it gets weird for you?
Well, no, but I mean, like, but that's kind of that's the mission they're on, right? Like if you were to give a synopsis, the synopsis would be Conan the Barbarian and two comrades.
That would be the beginning of the third act.
Go on a mission to. Well, I would say it's like partway through the second act, but
yeah.
But what's weird about it is that,
right.
like, the daughter. I mean, she's made her choice, right? Like, it's really not a rescue mission.
She's a grown woman.
Yeah, it's not a rescue mission because she's where she wants to be. It's a kidnapping operation. He's paying them to go forcefully bring the daughter back.
Yeah. I would say yes and no, because like right near at the beginning of the film, it's shown that Earl Jones's character, it's his name. I got the IMDb.
Douchey McDoucherton?
Thuzela.
Okay.
Thuzela Doom. Last name's Doom. I didn't know that till just now. He's got some sort of hypnotic ability to not really telepathy, but he's got some form of power of persuasion, right? Like
right.
Conan's mom is standing there ready to fight to the death to defend her son, and he just looks at her and she gives up, not because she's intimidated, almost because she's been hypnotized the way, like they say snakes kick a certain cobras can hypnotize prey or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think there's like he's got some sense that people aren't making decisions that they would normally make.
I mean,
and he kind of alludes to that. Like, my daughter, this is my daughter. Why she would never make this decision of her own free will.
I mean, but parents, that happens all the time, right? Your kid doesn't want the things that you want them to want, and you just,
I suppose, yeah. But like the
tough monkey,
the film sets this up. Like it's
right.
There's foreshadowing to that, which I think this film does a really good job of foreshadowing things that it plays off later really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it that. It's also funny, but it's not meant to be, right? Like, for the most part.
Oh, yeah. It's got that. It's a serious film, but because of how it's aged, it's not.
And that makes me wonder, like, as I was watching it, I was trying to figure out what was the hope for this film, right? Like, this film has a big movie budget, right? So, like, again, comparing it to films at the time, the year before this film comes out, 1981, for the same budget, they make Raiders, right? And so it's got a sizable budget. $20 million in 1982 is a good budget.
Yeah.
And so I guess if you're looking at the budget, which some of it would be, I mean, there's a couple of impressive sets, but not many. And for the most part, the rest of it is like they just went and found exterior locations and just shot outside a bunch.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be actors are taking a big brunt to that, I guess. I don't know. But so I look at a $20 million budget in 1982 and I think to myself, okay, so you intended this to be huge. Like, this was supposed to be big.
Yeah.
And so then to me, that's something that, like, misses the mark. I mean, the film made $68 million. It made its money back. It was profitable. Obviously, it was profitable enough for them to decide to make a second one. But the whole time I was watching it, I was just trying to get a handle on what the intention of the film was. If it was intended to be a blockbuster, or if they were just making a film and hoping that, some people went to go see it. And unfortunately, I think it's the first one. Because it definitely, like, it made money, but it didn't explode. It wasn't a massive film for them. And it's not, again, it's just not great. And so I don't know. Max von Sydow is in this? As who?
I just Googled how was Conan the Barbarian received when it came out, and I don't know. This just the blurb without clicking the link.
Right.
It says, well, Conan was a pretty big film in '82, usually so both in scale and budget. Back then, we were a long way off fantasy films and shows being taken seriously, and it was very successful at the box office. It was also hampered by certain limitations. I'm sure if I read the whole article, it would probably go into that. But Rotten Tomatoes, if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 67% on the tomato meter.
Yeah.
Not horrible. It's almost 70.
It's almost 70.
74 on the audience score. And that's 1,000 over 100,000 ratings.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, it's definitely, and I think I would say a lot of that is probably cult classic.
Here's the problem.
Stuff.
Here's the only problem, and the thing that you have to take into account with Rotten Tomatoes is with Rotten Tomatoes, there is no validation process to ensure that someone who is leaving a review has actually seen the film. Right? And so, not that I think that this necessarily happened with this one, but, for instance, if and when they ever release Rust, right? The Alec Baldwin thing.
Right.
That film is going to get a lot of reviews from a lot of people who have not seen and have no intention of seeing the film, but have strong opinions.
Yeah. I think that phenomenon is probably linked more to newer films.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think that's necessarily
this has probably got that massive a big audience score and those 100,000s because it's been around a while and it's got kind of a cult classic audience.
Yeah.
Like people aren't going into watching this film expecting Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy. They're not expecting like an amazing film, right? They know what they're getting. They know they're getting early Arnold and a bunch of, for the most part, no-name actors.
Yeah. Why do people like bad movies? Like, why is... No, I mean, like, why, because that, like, not exclusively, but a large amount of the cult classic library is comprised of pretty mediocre films, right? Films that are, and again, not exclusively.
I wouldn't call them bad. I think mediocre to good is more what that...
Right. Okay. But
what
there
falls
are,
into that
but there are some
they're duds. Yeah,
bad films in there.
Yeah. Well, The Room would be a perfect example.
I was just thinking The Room,
horrible film that is a cult classic and people love.
Yeah.
For who knows why.
And right? I don't.
Well, that one is because people like making fun of it.
Right.
But like,
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is, right? You just sit and you're like. Yeah. You want to smoke a bunch of weed and watch The Room?
Well, like this. I feel like you enjoyed this film just for like poking at it because there was a number of times throughout this film you're like, what, like the camel bit.
I would laugh.
Right? Like,
Arnold punches a camel to death.
The camel? I was like, he's high.
He's high.
You'd punch a camel too if you ran into it.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I'd ever.
You wouldn't be able to knock it out, but
I mean, there's just a lot of variables there, right? I would have to be high and in a place where there are camels,
and really strong.
And in order to punch it out,
yeah,
right. But I could probably break my hand if I don't know. What else? I mean, and maybe this is just me, maybe this is nitpicky, but I like my review, not of the film, but of Arnold's wig would be that it's
I Googled it after you looked it up. They were hair extensions.
okay, of his hair extensions would be that it is just like one step above Spirit Halloween costume wig.
Yeah, the first half,
but
his
several
hair is,
steps
the
below.
First half, his hair is weird.
Yeah, but several steps below convincing Hollywood wig.
The last half, when it's his actual hair, looks a lot better.
Yeah, because it gets cut in the film, and yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know about this film. I really don't.
You want to rate it?
Are you ready? Are we there?
I don't know. I don't think I have a lot more to say about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much said my piece. I'm not here to defend it. I'm not dying on this hill.
Well, I
just feel like it's a really fun film.
It's
for
fun.
me.
It's a little predictable.
It's a little predictable
Because every time, with the exception of the princess,
the director's didn't do a great job directing.
No,
but the story itself, I feel is good. It's not amazing, but it's strong. Like the story, they're like we mentioned, it's got a lot of kind of foreshadowing that plays off later. Like when his girlfriend dies, and she's like, "I'm cold. Be my warmth, keep me warm." Whatever she says, like that's kind of she's playing off what her little monologue after they've kind of spent some time together in bed.
So the director of this has not, since this, he has not directed anything that anyone's ever heard of. And he hasn't really directed anything that anyone's ever heard of prior to this film. However, he does have some interesting writing credits.
Oh, yeah?
This is the guy that wrote Jaws.
Oh, really?
This is the guy that wrote Apocalypse Now. I mean, that's pretty much it. He wrote Red Dawn.
Oh, Red Dawn? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Oh, no, he directed Red Dawn, too.
Is it? Which one? I guess the remake wasn't called Red Dawn.
Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen.
Wolverines. You haven't seen that one, have you?
No.
Oh, man. I don't own that, but I think I've only ever seen the remake of that.
But I can rent it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not
all right.
a big deal.
What are you going to give it?
It's tricky. Normally I have a real strong feeling. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. I think of the 3 films that you've showed me so far, I've enjoyed it the least.
Yeah, sure. I'm on a downward trend.
Yeah. Well, so far, so I've only shown you 2, but so far, so am I.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think Arnold's great in this, with a couple of exceptions. I think it's predictable, with the exception of the princess. Every single time a female showed up on screen, I'm like, well, he's going to do her. Well, I said that every time. I said, we're going to see them have sex.
Yeah.
And then 2 minutes later, let me grab your hair. Right? It just became this thing.
Pretty lady. Oh, that's a sex scene.
and I just think it's, I commend it for being essentially a very early comic book film. Mm-hmm. Like a sort of in the same vein as what 300 is, or Watchmen is, or something like that. And so I commend it for that. For the most part, the acting's dreadful. And I just can't endorse beheadings at an orgy. I just think there's, I just think I think that's in poor taste.
bad manners.
It's
Especially when you haven't even been invited.
Right. First of all, to crash an orgy, listen, again, limited experience, but my assumption would be, if you're crashing an orgy, then just be discreet and if you lock eyes with someone,
even if they're eating hallucinogenic cannibalistic soup,
yeah. If you lock eyes with someone and they gesture you over, then hey, you're in, right? But until that point, leave the swords at home. Don't light fire to their curtains, and never kill a man when his penis is out. Like, I just don't. Yeah. So 4 out of 10. But I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Right? It's, again, so to remind the listener, for me, 5 out of 10 would be like middle of the road, take it or leave it. 4 out of 10 being slightly below that is just kind of like a, not for me, but I didn't hate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not coming to the table to sit and shit talk it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of, I'm glad I saw it.
Right.
I am. I'm glad that I can say, oh yeah, I've seen Conan the Barbarian.
I know
right?
I know what it's about.
I know what it's about. Yeah. every time he's in a fight in this scene, and he's just like
the first pit fight is the worst for it.
It's just straight up Arnold.
The first, as soon as the guy hits him in the stomach and grapples him, he's just This is really bad.
Yeah, it's something.
It gets a little bit better, but it's
on a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rank Conan the Barbarian?
I would probably give it a solid 5. 5. We'll say 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's lower than
It's not a great film.
So you knew you were making me watch trash.
yeah. This is not a great film. It, like you said, it's a fun film.
Yes.
If you know what you're going into, you can enjoy it. The story, while predictable, I think is good, and it's Arnold's first real lead role, and there are glimmers of what's to come in his career. And for those who are listening and you're in your head or out loud, Carl, you don't know what Arnold's a horrible actor. He's just an action star that got no talent. Watch Escape Plan. There are scenes in Escape Plan where Arnold's acting is top notch.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't like that movie.
It's not a great movie. but Arnold's acting in it is great. It's some of his best acting. What's the zombie one? He did a zombie film.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Annabelle is what we watched.
Annabelle is your other new favorite series.
Arnold zombie. Maggie.
Okay.
Oh, Maggie. Yeah, his acting in Maggie. And it's a good film.
Yeah?
It's a good zombie film.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to put that one on my list too. It sounds like you haven't seen that one. But man, yeah. So for those reasons, I give it a 5. And I'm sticking to it.
All right. What'd you watch this week, sir?
Ooh, what did I watch? I only watched one film. It was a busy weekend. I watched a dance recital. So
the movie?
No, it was my daughter's dance recital.
So
it was a busy weekend.
What
I watched. My wife picked the film. She wanted to watch a rom-com, more on the rom side than the com side.
Right.
So we watched a movie called Marry Me with Owen Wilson and J-Lo. And it was not very good. It really felt like she had written a whole bunch of songs and she didn't want to put it on an album, so they made a movie for her.
Now, was not very good a universal opinion, or did your wife enjoy it?
No, she didn't.
and you-
She didn't think it was very good either.
Oh, okay.
I at least had some like laugh out loud chuckles,
Right.
Like, ha, 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 right, and like quick and done.
Right.
She didn't laugh at all. She thought it was just bad and
Just
not
sucked.
funny. And
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I continued and finished watching X-Men 97.
Ooh.
Oh man, what a finale. Oh, and what they set up for season 2, which I've heard mixed news on whether it's happening or not. One of the leads, I can't remember who it was in producing this first season, said it's not happening, but
Oh.
they definitely set up for a season 2, like super hard. So I hope it does come, because it would be awesome. Because the whole season, with the exception of one episode, was banger.
Right.
Like there was one episode where it's kind of like this little side adventure that one of the X-Men goes on, and it's looking back at the whole season. I'm like, why did we waste time with that?
Yeah.
What was the point? It didn't do anything for the like. It's not like it would have fit well if it was like the original X-Men animation
Right.
cartoon, where like you get a part 1, part 2, and then
Yeah.
it jumps to some other story, some other character, and then like it jumps around different characters and what they're doing. It feels like maybe that's why they did it, but the rest of like 10 episodes, 9 of them are one cohesive story.
Right.
It's not like is it?
It's serial.
Yeah, it's serial. It's
Yeah.
not. What's the other term for when it's not that? It's not.
Just I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's one story, so it feels really weird looking back at that episode. Other than that, I watched the first 3 of 6 episodes of Tales of the Empire.
Oh, you have.
Yeah.
I have not jumped on that train yet.
So
And
we did Tales of the Jedi,
yes.
6 episodes.
Does it feel like
And
an answer to that?
It feels like a mirror.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Tales of the Jedi, 3 episodes followed Dooku, and 3 episodes followed Ahsoka.
Right.
And except they kind of chopped it up a bit. Like
They jumped back and
jumped
forth.
back and forth between them. The first 3 episodes follow Morgan Elsbeth, one of the antagonists from Ahsoka Tano's TV show.
The show, yeah.
And she shows up in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Season 2, I think. So it kind of follows her before we see her in The Mandalorian,
Right.
the first 3 episodes. And then the next 3 episodes, from what I can have seen from the descriptions and the images that represent the episodes, will follow the Jedi apprentice Barriss Offee.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
No.
So you've seen Clone Wars,
Yeah.
and only people who've watched Clone Wars will know or care who this character is.
Okay.
Barriss Offee was the
the
apprentice
girl?
who set up Ahsoka to take the fall for her bombing the temple. And
Okay. Yep. I see her now.
So from what it looks like, it's going to be her kind of being recruited into the what do they call them again?
Sith?
Not the Sith. They're working for the Sith.
Separatists?
With the weird double-bladed lightsabers that spin.
The Inquisitors?
Inquisitors. Yeah, she becomes an Inquisitor, and her journey into that world, it looks like.
Right.
So that I'm kind of interested in. So far, I mean, the Tales of the Jedi seemed more interesting.
Right. She was Master
I don't care what
Unduly's
yeah.
apprentice.
Yeah. I don't care what Morgan Elsbeth was doing before Mandalorian. I kind of, I guess, care a little bit about Barriss Offee because she was kind of a fun character in the show, and she was there enough for me to kind of get attached to her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's not such an important character that I care what happened to her after Order 66.
See, at this point, I'm so done with Star Wars shows. Because here's the thing, right? Everyone's like, man, Star Wars shows, like there's so many stories to be told, and we're just gonna be able to like blow the lid off this Star Wars universe and tell so many different stories and so many different and just keep. And I'm like, yeah, and now it's like it's like a worse version of the MCU, where I'm like, every time I go to hop on to watch a show, I have to like.
Well, if you want to enjoy Tales of the Empire, you've got to watch
that and
all this stuff that I mentioned that these characters.
But then I also watched it forever ago now, and so like yes, like I would have that refresher, but first I'd have to like pull up Wikipedia and be like, okay, wait, who are these people? Like,
it's an awesome name.
Why should I care?
Yeah,
right. And so it's just too much. Like I just want.
It's watering
Star
down
Wars
the soup.
Films now, and
Star Wars isn't a good, tasty, hearty soup anymore.
I want Star Wars films, and screw you, everyone. I want Episode 10. I want Star Wars films that are, or whatever you're gonna call it, but I want that Rey film. I just want like continue the story on a linear timeline with characters that I know.
I think if you're gonna do these kind of shows, give us characters that are important that people care about.
Yeah.
Like I would have, from what I've seen so far of Tales of the Empire, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy. I might enjoy Barriss Offee's story just a little bit more than Morgan's, but at the end of the day, I don't think I'm gonna care.
Yeah.
I think a Tales of the Jedi season 2 would have been more interesting if we had 3 episodes of Yoda on Dagobah, and 3 episodes of Vader learning to be a Sith apprentice under, like that.
Well, that wouldn't be Tales of the Jedi, because at that point he's not a Jedi.
I guess, yeah.
But you could do like give me a 3-episode Mace Windu arc.
Sure, yeah,
right?
like
or 3 episodes
characters that people actually care about,
like a Kit Fisto arc or something, right? Like someone who
the fans
were aware of.
Yeah, somebody the fans care. Like, Barriss Offee's not a new character.
No.
And I'm like, nobody care. I don't think anybody cared about her enough to want this, really. So I don't know why they chose. Morgan Elsbeth's a brand new character.
Yeah. That they're really trying to do big things with.
They're trying to push her.
Give me a 3-episode arc about Luke building up his new academy.
Yeah.
Right? Like stuff that I'm like, questions that I have.
Exactly.
Answer them instead of just giving me other stuff.
Specifically about important characters that everybody loves.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah.
Right? There's probably a handful of people. You go to Comic-Con, how many people dress up as Barriss Offee?
Right.
You go to Comic-Con, how many people are ever going to dress up as Morgan Elsbeth?
You know what's crazy? But I think that this is
maybe one. No, not even 2. You might get one at a really big one.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con, you might get one.
Here's the thing, and this is 100% true. And I think this speaks volumes. Myself and not everyone, but a lot of other people would, like, over top of a Morgan Elsbeth or a Barriss Offee 3-story arc, I would take a 3-story arc on after Order 66. Show me what happened to Jar Jar. What did Jar Jar get up to after? Like, honestly, I'd be more interested in a Jar Jar Binks story at this point.
He's not necessarily a more interesting character, but he's a more important character.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you hear this weekend what's playing at our local drive-in?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 1.
Planet of the Apes and
Episode 1.
And Phantom Menace. I'm like, dude, I'd see Phantom Menace in the drive-in. That sounds sick. Yeah.
That's cool.
So ask me what I watched. We're talking about Star Wars
you
now.
you want to tell me what you watched?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not going to ask you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for...
Okay, tell me what you watched.
So I had previously touched on the fact that there was this long-standing open viewing party between my mom and I for watching Harry Potter, right? From the first film in the theaters, my mom and I had gone to watch every Harry Potter film together. And then at one point when I was 16, we stopped and I went and started seeing them without her because I was a bad son. And, whatever. So anyways, we set out recently, like 2 months ago. We're like, okay, let's start from scratch.
Okay.
You come over, we'll watch one. Come over, we'll watch one. Blah blah blah. Sure. And so this past week, as a double feature, we watched Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, closing off the series.
Nice.
She finally got to see
all the movies with her baby boy,
how it all ends and stuff like that. So
wait, she'd never seen.
She didn't know how it ended. No,
because she did. She was like, if I don't get to watch them with him, I'm not watching them.
Well, she's also just not like, unless someone drags her to the theater, she's not going to the theater for anything, right? Yeah. But yeah, so we finally closed that off. Nice. And then what's fun is we're going to move on to there's a series that's next. Ooh. That I'm going to watch with her. Something.
Is it in the magical world as well?
It is not.
No, you're not doing the Wizarding World. No.
But the agreement that we have come up with is I have her watch a series, and then between each series she gets to pick a movie. So she gets one movie, and I get a franchise, which is fine, whatever.
Okay.
And so. I think she's going to have us watch $1 Million Baby, which I've seen.
$1 Million Baby.
Hilary Swank, Clint Eastwood. She's a boxer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I haven't seen probably since it came out, right? So
so you had seen it?
I've seen it, yeah. I think with her, I think we rented the DVD years ago when it first, shortly after it first came out.
When people rented DVDs.
Yeah. And so I think we're going to watch that. And then something that she has seen 3 of the films in, the 3 oldest films in, but has not seen anything since those first 3. I'm going to show her Star Wars.
Ooh.
Which is just like...
That's fun.
Show my mom Star Wars, man. And I think what'll be fun about it is... my mom doesn't know enough about Star Wars. She knows the original trilogy from when they came out. And then me in the 90s renting Return of the Jedi over and over. On VHS from Hollywood North, which was our local video rental store in the 90s. But what I think she's probably not expecting is she's probably looking at it going, this is sci-fi crap that I'm not. There's a lot of heart in Star Wars that I don't think she's expecting. And so I think she's going into this one a little more begrudgingly than she did Harry Potter. But I think she'll end up getting more out of it than what she... And I think I'm doing machete order or chainsaw order.
Okay, you're going to stop at Empire Strikes Back.
And then
jump
go
to
back.
the
prequels. And yes, I'm going to, for all the people who are like, oh, but you skip episode 1. No, I'm going to show her episode 1.
Episode 1's important.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Right? It's where Obi-Wan first meets Anakin.
That's where the fate of Anakin is determined.
Yeah. And then you find out, just how powerful this kid is, right? He has a midi-chlorian count, sorry. Higher than even Master Yoda. Sorry. But yeah. So I think that's it. Oh, and then they just added to Disney Plus a 1980 a 4K remastered for IMAX 1981 Montreal Queen concert. And so I watched that.
Oh,
It's good,
interesting.
man. It's good. I mean, it's Queen.
I feel like I was forgetting a film, but no, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Tell me about it next week. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all listed below. We have a Patreon page where for as little as $1 a month, you can support the show, get some fun perks in return. We just recently posted the video, Patreon exclusive video version of the Beneath the Planet of the Apes review that Pete and I did.
Brady and Pete's ugly mugs.
Yeah.
Well, not real time because it's recorded.
Back when
time.
Back when I had a beard.
It was weird.
It was weird to have a beard.
It was your beard was weird.
Why?
I don't know.
So
Just
rude.
It rhymes.
So rude.
But it rhymes.
You were a rude dude.
Ooh, touche.
And we have merch.
New merch.
We have new merch.
Yeah.
We have a hoodie that says Brady,
Words.
Pete, and Carl, the Movie Man podcast. So that looks cool.
Yeah.
And if it's not out already, it will be shortly. We're launching our first poster.
Yeah, we were workshopping it a little bit too.
Yeah. 24 inches wide by 36 inches. It's a 2 by
We're
3.
going to put it right here.
2 foot by 3 foot poster.
Self-promotion.
Well, so, and here's the thing. I designed the poster very specifically so that silver Sharpies autographs would look real damn good on it.
Okay.
Real damn good. And I have one, I know of one person for sure. I mean, I've only shown the design to one person so far. And they were like, oh, I will be getting one. So you may have to work on your...
Send my autographs out to the world.
Work on your, probably make it the same autograph or same signature that you use on checks and legal documents and stuff.
I sign
so
just
many.
over 200 letters every 3 months.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
One.
Yeah, it goes to my parents' house now. Probably.
No, it should come to this address.
Oh, but I don't have a mailbox.
No, it goes. To
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't send my mail there.
Oh.
Send it to my parents.
What? All right, whatever. We'll figure that out.